Welcome everyone. Today we have a very exciting new meta build with KEZ. Yes, looking behind me, you can see the Rampage, non-stop Rampage with KEZ. And in this video, I want to teach you guys step by step how to make this build work and how to make it unbeatable with itemizations and also class synergies. It is a very powerful build that just came into the meta. So, starting with our demonstration of the replay, I have prepared two replays for you guys. One is a losing streak, one is a winning streak to start the build. The winning streak will be on the second half of the video and you can see how things are done. So I think it's more important to talk about losing streak because if you're winning, it's much easier. With losing streak, ideally, you want to find your dazzle. So what are the synergies and also unit requirements for this build? It's going to be a 3-star KEZ, 3-star Riki, or Stealth Assassin, and then followed by that, you don't need any legendaries. You do want 3-star Earthshaker, 3-star Elder Titan, that will be preferable but not necessary. And finally, you could go with 3-star Rubik, 3-star Lion, 3-star Mars, or even 3-star Skywrath Mage. But the most important pieces are going to be 3-star KEZ and 3-star Riki, Stealth Assassin. So now that we set the necessary units, let's look at the start. For a losing streak, you really do want to find a priest. With the change of the patch, this is the patch of the priest. There's so many priests around, and in order to make it work, I will be looking for the Dazzle and also Shadow Demon to get things going. And I do recommend if you're running a losing streak, it is important. So what I did over here is round 3 is a very big deciding factor. It might not seem much, but round 3, if you're running a losing streak, you want to have 10 gold. That means at the start of the round, you should have 4 gold. By killing the 6 enemies, you get 10 gold. What I'm doing over here is I purposely delayed my selling of my units. I want to see what items I will get. Depending on the tier 2 item, I'll decide a build. I'm trying a lot of different builds. If I get a crucial item like the Undead, and if I get certain items, I might try that build. But for this time, I decided to sell all my units after seeing those items, and then, so you notice I sold my units, make it to 10 gold. It's important every bit of gold counts at the early game. And here I'm rolling my items, nothing major. This isn't a game-changing tier 2 item for us. We're really looking for tier 3 and also tier 4 items. So the itemization will come in the later half. Just to name the items you are looking for. You're looking for Battle Fury, you're looking for Radiance, you're looking for Mentor Style, you're looking for BKB, you're looking for Lincoln Sphere, and you're also looking for Spell Prison if you can. Those are great items, but not necessary. I'll teach you guys how to roll for those later as well. You probably don't need Blink Dagger. So what am I rolling for now? I'm actually not rolling for any great items. The good thing about starting a losing streak is that items are not too dependent. I'm recommending going with Brutes in the early game so that your units, especially melee units, have better mobility. KEZ is going to be a melee unit and the Tranquil Brutes will help a lot. So we're going to pick Penance, of course, and in terms of keeping units, what you want to notice with a losing streak, I always prioritize on getting gold first before getting my units. I do want Skywrath Mage, I do want Spiritbreaker, and also I do want Mars, but those are not game changers. The only units I'll keep is going to be KEZ, and if I find KEZ, I'll be great. If I don't, not so good. So I even put on Bounty Hunter to see if I can get additional gold, but I wasn't getting additional gold. I did find a KEZ though, so I'm gonna keep a lot of KEZ because I want a 3-star KEZ. Now, it isn't too fancy, we're just prioritizing on gold. Make sure you watch this part of the replay. Notice every round I'm trying to get to 19, 29, 39 gold. And once I have enough gold, the next objective is to get to level 7. Because level 7 gives you the highest chance, 35% chance of finding your tier 3 units, and that's where you find Riki, that's where you find KEZ, that's where you find Earthshaker, even Rubik if you want to go for that. So we're gonna lose, and during this time I have been checking. Notice I'm not really buying units, but rather I'm just leveling. I need to level 7 as quickly as I can. Then we will be banning our synergy, so we have more chance of finding the units we wanted. Nothing too fancy. I have noticed something though. There is another player that is about to play the same build as me. So in this game, I'll also teach you guys what to do when players are contesting your build. Both of you are rolling for 3 stars. That is terrible. Usually both of you become top 8 and top 7. But other than that, just be a little careful with the neutral round. Make sure you have enough units. Usually 5 units, some synergies is enough. For the neutral round, ideally we want any relic that gives us boost of economy. At the same time, because we want to roll after round 15, we can't really use Magic Seed as much because Magic Seed kind of wants you to keep all the seeds, right? So look at this. So I have a bunch of relic, and I see a lot of players picking early game relics. I actually recommending considering what is important for your build, and if nothing is great, it's safer to pick Stolen Vault. So over here, the best thing will be the one take damage I can level experience, but there's nothing great. And I wasn't getting economy. I need as much economy as I can. So with a losing streak, if you're trying to get ahead of economy, especially contesting and as a player, I'm recommending considering Stolen Vault. So here, yes, I went for Stolen Vault, and this helped me to push for level 7 with better rates. Nothing too special, we're just literally open fort and getting the units. I'm also trying to get 3 humans for a bit of synergy and also a bit of experience. And during this time, rolling for a few items to counter the summons, and I'm paying close attention to this player. He's also a coin player, you can see the little crumb. So he has picked the egg relic, and he picked cards into the egg. That is terrible for me because that reduces how many units I can get. And I need to be extra careful. So usually we want to roll for cards at level 7. I might have to change my strategy because I know there's someone competing with me. During this time, you will be losing, and if you don't have the priest, well, it's hard to run a losing streak build without the priest, because players are very aggressive, especially in the rook and also king rankings. They kill you very fast. So if you don't have the priest, it is a little harder. I recommend watching the win streak and how that is played out as well on the second part of the video. I'll briefly talk about that as well. So nothing too special, we're literally picking our units. I'm paying close attention to this other player who's going to play the same build as me. The KEZ build has gotten really popular lately, and I have faced a few, defeated some, and also lost to some, so I really wanted to make this video. We're going to fast forward to round 15, notice I'm picking Earthshaker. Earthshaker is a crucial piece together with the Elder Titan to make the 4 torrents. Even after the nerf guys with the torrents, they're still very powerful. The chances of silence, the chances of disarm is so good against any build. And additional totem doesn't help, doesn't hurt. And together there's tons of stuns if you're running 4 gods using the torrents. And let's fast forward. Okay, over here, I'm banning the humans. Why do I ban the humans? It's not because I want to reduce the legendary rate, but I also couldn't find the humans. So the humans gives me the best chance of getting my 3-star units and also the purple units. It is not the best ban, I have to say. There's other bans that can be cheaper if you just wanted increased chance of tier 3 units. But here I also wanted to increase my chance of Elder Titan and also Lion. So it's a little greedy of me to ban the humans. Other than that, just banning 2 tier 3 units is good enough. But it's 16 gold and I was feeling a little wealthy, so I decided to ban the humans. So now that we covered the basics, by round 15, you want to select the rolling talent. This is when you reduce the cost of rolling by 1. You don't need the ascendancy. That's not good for us. So notice I found Elder Titan. I think banning humans did help finding Elder Titan. So once you find Elder Titan, it is preferable you run with 2 wizards to start your torrents. And notice here I'm changing my synergies directly. It is very important that before the round 15 starts, you know how you're going to place your units and also you know what to change. And you should decide this because you're running a losing streak. You don't have anything else to do. You're literally here planning what to do on the next round, whether you're going to roll or whether you're going to, place your units. And depending on the relative strength of you and also other players, you should decide this before the round starts. You only get 30 seconds, and depending on the ping, sometimes I don't even make it if I don't plan ahead. So, notice here I have 2 guards. I keep Mars. Mars is great. You can change Mars for Zeus or Lashrak in the Ultra late game, but if those units are not available, a 2-star Mars or even 3-star Mars is great. Then some items, we want anything that help us tank up or give KEZ more damage or more survivability. So, round 16, I am keeping some Druids. Keeping Druids will help me to find my Elder Titan, but of course I wasn't getting very lucky over here. So keeping Druids also helps me to get the Elder Titan to higher star rank. Nothing too special, just rolling, nothing great. We found Earthshaker, that's great. So we start to stabilize a little bit. And it is important that once I go out of the priest, I want to have solid enough units that are 2 stars with great synergies so I stop losing health. And I even had one less unit because I was thinking I was still playing priest. So that was a little bad of me, but there was a unit that was essential. I guess I could have put down the Ricky. And here I am rolling for item that I can give to KEZ. Now let's have a look. We don't deal magical damage. If you hover over your units, you can see all of your units pretty much deal physical damage. Elder Titan doesn't deal magical damage, and Tiny, Mars, KEZ, everyone deals physical damage, so increasing magical damage is kinda useless for us. Luckily, or unluckily, I lost very little, which is great. I get to keep my losing streak, which is down to 11. Fighting KEZ is always good because I know there's someone contesting with KEZ, and finding a cheaper druid is always nice. I'm looking for Ricky, looking for additional units, and I even decided to sell the more expensive Rubik over here, if it happens to be, finally finding my units, and I was like, yay! So now it really stabilized. I was like, wait, I'm on 6 out of 7. Of course, I did not notice. This is a little mistake. In my mind, I was still playing priest. And then I didn't realize, I was like, how come I have last unit? And yes, I did put down the Rubik. So we're looking for one more wizard to get the synergy going, and then we'll be perfect. And my plan is to sell the Tiny in replace of the wizard. And this will stabilize you from round 21 to round 25, or even round 30 if you go higher levels. Now let's talk about the player that is contesting with me and what's going to happen there. What's going to happen is he is finding a lot of cards through the egg, and likely he will be rolling for units I wanted. So if I also roll for 3-star units, both of us will be stuck in a loop that we both can't find 3-star units. Or maybe he finds it before me, or I find it before him. But I'm making my units super expensive to find 3-stars. So you can see that he's kind of going with an even greedier losing streak. So if someone's contesting with you and you know they're going to roll for your units, what you should do is you should consider leveling up and completing the synergy and hoping that they die. And depending on the situation of the game, if they're not dying, then you can start rolling with higher levels and with more safety, and that's my plan. So I see that going to level 8, going to level 9 will greatly help me to place my synergies. This build is complete at level 9. So my next priority is to go to level 8, get the 4 turns, and then I'm closely watching him whether he's gonna die or whether he's gonna find my 3-stars. Look at this, he's got a KEZ egg with 5 out of 7. So he's almost there to a 3-star KEZ. That is quite scary. I'm sure he noticed that I'm also running the same build because he can't avoid it. I think I even fought him and defeated him. Finding my Spirit Breaker, it's great. And finding more Rubik, I'm literally finding the crucial units. I need at least 1-star KEZ Rampage to complete my final synergy for 2 of the Harpies, which will give KEZ so much additional stun, and it is very crazy. So we're just biding our time to round 20. Usually level 7 is enough if you have decent synergy like this, especially 2-star Stealth, Assassin, and also KEZ. The biggest highlight is actually the gods. Having the gods means Earthshaker is actually stunning them non-stop. This is a good thing, and also a bad thing. Sometimes he will block your units. Look at this, he's literally drawing pictures, drawing lines on the field. So I noticed that the other player keep losing, but he have a lot of tangles, so that means he'll be lasting for a long time. I also have a lot of tangles because of my losing streak. Nothing too special, round 20, we're just planning ahead of items. It's also nice to have a bit of anti-magic damage. So this is because a lot of players like to run mages, and one of the things that can defeat us will be mages. So yes, I'll be giving some magic resist to my KEZ, and right now the items are very basic. I can roll for tier 3 item or tier 4 item, but I'm really biding my time. So looking at this, I saw there's a Vanguard on the Mars. I really want purple item, so I'm gonna wait for the next round, and then I take all the items out of the Mars. Constantly checking, of course. So I see his egg is still 5 out of 9. I was like, yes, I need the egg to not succeed. If the egg becomes 9 out of 9, then I'm in big trouble. So I'm just hoping, trying to get more KEZ and hoping that he doesn't find the egg to 9 out of 9. Now, you can see our build is pretty solid. There's tons of stuns coming from Earthshaker, so much that my units can't even move, and we do decent damage. And you can see there's silence, there's disarm coming from the totems. They also do additional damage when enemies trigger a particular chance. The damage is actually no joke. So notice I sold a few units, trying to get my synergy rolling, and I'm still considering whether I'm going to level to level 9 for my final Harpy synergy, or whether I will start rolling for cards, really depending on what happened to the other player. And here I'll be rolling into a purple item. So, in terms of item choices, it is very debatable which items are best to go because Battle Fury and also Mental Steel are both great. Mental Steel deals even higher damage to enemies because they take damage from illusions, and Mental Steel seems to be more well-rounded, but Battle Fury or Radiance is also great on any of the build over here. So I'll be looking for those two items after. Adjusting the board a little bit, and here we're fighting a lot of other players, but we're quite strong. So the synergy, the stance is incredible in the mid game, and you start rolling at level 7, so there isn't much of a loss in terms of power spike. So I'm still getting my units, so right now I haven't decided whether I want to level or whether I want to roll. So I'm still looking at the other player just to see what he does. What he does will change how I do it. Now, if there's no one contesting you, you should be rolling at level 7 or level 8 for your synergies. And what I mean by synergy is completing the Tyrant synergy, completing the 4 gods, and then trying for 3-star Stealth Assassin and 3-star KEZ. Those two are the priorities. Unfortunately, we faced a very powerful Void Spirit that is stepping across the field non-stop and killing all my units, which is a little unfortunate. I was running a win streak as well. And as you can see, we lost. Luckily, I have Tangos. One of the reasons I'm not using all my Tangos is because it's a Zeus in the game. Also, if you go to ultra late game, your HP gets halved. Having a Tango can make the win or lose during those crucial runs. So I'm trying to preserve Tango as much as I can, while also keeping my HP above 20 or 25%. Now, one thing I realized is that if I don't start rolling, he's going to find more cards in his eggs. So I purposely rolled a little bit just to compete, but I still have the option to level up. So I'm also keeping a Druid just in case we find more Elder Titan. It is very situational in different games. Now, if no one's contesting your units, if no one's playing this build, definitely start rolling for 3-star KEZ and also 3-star Stealth Assassin. The next priority will be 3-star Earthshaker, followed by the 3-star Elder Titan. I'm really hoping the other player die, but he picked the relics and also he picked the red tangles to be very durable. I'm also hoping to defeat the top players so we can get some gold. You can see, losing streak is not easy. Not only sometimes you compete with other players, you also running low on health, and there's a lot of players that is crazy strong during this time. I'm hoping that will be strong later, so picking Frenzy is that if you will be strong later or if you don't have much health, Frenzy is better. If you have a lot of health and if you plan to just get to top 4, picking Guardian is better on round 25. Nothing too special. I am paying close attention on the player that is competing with me. So I'm looking at his build, looking what he's changing, and look at this. Something happened massively. He gave up on the KEZ build because he wasn't getting the egg to 9 out of 9. And now he's gonna probably go into 6 or 9 warriors because he's got Troll Warlord and number of warriors. I'm very happy about this. The moment I see this, I'll be rolling into all my 3 stars. So notice that for him, he's going with warriors. He's got Spin, he's got Troll Warlord, and he wasn't competing with me. I was getting all the good units. This is why having better economy in the early game will persuade other players to go out of your build, because if you're competing. And also, give you a head start that if he dies before you, you can roll back those units. I do like the disarm with Heaven's Helped because KEZ can potentially disarm multiple units, and that is great. You can see I start rolling crazily because I was like, oh, this is my time. I've been waiting all this time. I should have done this a few rounds earlier, but he wasn't selling his units and he wasn't dying. And seeing that he sold most of his units, this is my opportunity to get a small power spike. Ideally, you want more offensive items on KEZ than defensive items, but sometimes can't be helped. Heaven's Helper, I take it for now, but I'll reroll it into something else if I needed it to. Let's have a look at the board. After round 26, players become very aggressive. So this is when you want to get the synergies going, at least having 1 or 2 good items like the tier 4 items, and then finally looking to whether you can survive a few rounds or you have to spend all your gold. For me, with all the tangles, I can be a little greedy. And you can see players start to die. Because it is very intense in the rook games and also high rank queen games, so you can see the players don't hold back. They spend all the gold. Most of them don't even have 40 gold right now because they're going super aggressive. So what is our plan? To roll for 3-star cards. How are we gonna do it? Well, it's a bit of RNG and a bit of juggling. And what you're gonna see is a bit of greediness. I'm trying to get Mars, I'm trying to get all the units. I'm also want Line because Line can do multi-fingers once we have the Harpy synergy. And finally find the Elder Titan. I don't know what to do, so I give up on the Spirit Breaker. And I was like, okay. So the fights are pretty straightforward. We're just strong enough to not lose too badly. I won't say you will win every fight before you find your 3 stars, and once you find Stealth Assassin and KEZ, you should win most of your fights. And of course going to level 9 helps. It's surprisingly how much stun this team has, how much control, disarm, and continuous stun, and the illusion does help because, you know, lower cooldowns, more illusions, and it's pretty fun to watch. So, one thing about overfloating the board when rolling is that you really have to plan what you're doing. And here, what you're gonna see is I'll get a little greedy. I was like, oh my gosh, so many good units. What am I looking for? Remember, we want Stealth Assassin, we want KEZ. But my brain's overloaded right now. And I probably don't have the best ping on this server. I see Earthshaker. I'm still trying to roll. This is bad. Last 10 seconds, I should really plan what I'm going to do. I see Stealth, like my brain just overflowed. I was like, what do I do? What do I do? I want to show you that. Oh, see, I panicked and I sold the Line instead of selling the Enchantress. So that actually took me out of my synergies. Both of my synergies are broken, and next round I need to find a wizard to complete my synergy again. So this does show you the dangers of rolling for multiple 3 stars getting too greedy. Remember, we're prioritizing on Stealth Assassin, Earthshaker, and also KEZ. And here I was trying to get Elder Titan as well. That was too greedy. I should have sold this additional Elder Titan because he was nowhere close into getting a 3 star. Because I don't have the Druids. And now I'm rolling for units again. I really need a wizard. Finding my Elder Titan was a little awkward too. Earthshaker, yes. I was like, what do I do? I was like, wait, I still need a wizard. And not Rubik is not the right wizard. And if you're wondering, yes, I do have about 200 ping, even if I played the Southeast Asian servers. If I played the Europe servers, I have about 400 ping. This is why there's a bit delay with my movement. And yes, I was able to recover my units, and the next goal is to get the rest to 3 stars. Nothing too fancy. Oh, this is the player that gave up the KEZ build. I'm so glad he did, otherwise both of us will be pretty much dead. But because he gave up the build, he's not in the best spot. But it's better than both of us dying, right? So with so much cooldown reduction, it is very fun to watch. But unfortunately, he was actually stronger than me. Yes, he found a 2-star Sven. I think that was the game changer. And it is strong. 2-star Sven defeated me. So, back to rolling. Nothing too special here. We are rolling for Druids as well, keep in mind. We want additional Druids so things get going. Once you find the 3-star cards, especially if this is a neutral run, I'm gonna stop. Get some economy, and we'll keep going. And yes, the neutral round, we did have a neutral item. I think that would render into that item, the certainty loop. Well, 8 win streak is not bad. Get some free items, some additional gold. Anything that helps KEZ survive and doing damage is good. Ideally, we want to get to the ultra late game. And in order to do that, I will need some gold. I was a bit slow on the Stolen Vault as well. Line is a preferable second wizard. You always want Rubik as your first wizard, and then Line will help you to do multicasting. Right now I'm rolling for 1 additional Druid, and if I can find it, then we're golden. If we don't find it, I will spend a lot of gold. 10 seconds to go. Did not find an additional Druid. Very awkward, I know. I even put on a Panda, try to get additional lucky. Because there's chance of getting additional unit with Panda. So, in terms of the tier 3 item choices, you really do want Lincoln Sphere. If you can't find Lincoln Sphere, it's a little risky. The second replay I'll show you guys is I have been looking for Lincoln Sphere non-stop, and not finding it was actually the game decider, because I was hexed. Controlling the bear is also pretty fun. But this is when KEZ goes Rampage. His area is not the best. So, we're gonna fast forward a little bit. Item choices. Very important to give KEZ your base items, and then getting some purple items later in the game is always good. I tend to not reroll on low tier items, but focus on rolling for tier 3 and also tier 4 items, because there's only one unit I want to itemize. Now, we're gonna skip a little bit because I'm actually very strong. I'm very strong to the point no one's defeating me and we're just rampaging on the field. I'll show you guys over here. The Skywrath is shooting bolts, and with the Harpy synergy, wow, it is very fun to watch the rampages. You're literally walking around and stunning people and killing them non-stop. And this is just us fighting the Aqua player. Aqua used to be a really good build, but against this one, oof, it's very strong. I'm constantly typing C to clear the chat box, otherwise there's too much text in the chat box, which is unfortunate. Now, I'm gonna fast forward a little bit. We're just winning, because I think it's fine to watch the win part, but I think it's more important to watch the much later game. Itemization again. So, I purposely took out the Heaven's Helper because the last two players I'm facing are both mages. I need things against the mage. Silence is good, and also give us a bit of attack speed. Now I can get BKB, I can get something else. Silence is both aggressive and also defensive. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit more. I know I'm fast forwarding a lot. Oh yes, so here what I want to show you guys is, probably fast forwarded too much. So notice my synergy. Here is what I'm facing. I'm facing 5 Dragon Gods Mage. And here's also a very funny 1-star Mage. I'm also facing almost 5 Dragon, 6 Humans, 6 Mage, and it's very scary because he is very powerful. He's already level 11. So in order to counter the mages, remember we have wizards. So in the late game, if you're facing the mages, you have wizards, then change your wizards with Naga Siren into 2 and then 4 Nagas. This is your best bet. It's incredible how much damage you block with 4 Nagas. It's very hard to go with 6 Nagas. So I've been purposely looking for Nagas, and I prepared the Naga Siren with the Slaughter and level to level 10 right away, because I know I'll face mages. There's no point of getting greedy, and finding a Zeus will help, but at the moment, we just need Nagas. So this is when 2 Nagas are going. Having a 3-star Riki is a game changer. The dragons can't do much because they're silenced for a while, and this gives us chance of stunning them and killing most of his units. Notice that even with the Nagas, I almost died. So KEZ had magic resist. Look at this multi-stun KEZ. It's actually pretty fun to watch. So, final boss. How are we gonna do this? It's going to go with 5 dragons soon because there is the dragon synergy he can go into, and there's nothing I can stop him. So the only way I can do is biding my time, changing my position a little bit, and then getting 4 Nagas. Nothing really that important because your Riki actually covers 90% of the board. Only the position of the Crystal Maiden is not covered. And Earthshaker is standing on the side. This is the position that really helps us. But unfortunately, he still beat me. He defeated me by 22. I was like, oh no. What did he have? I think he had the dragons around. Let's have a look. So, over here, what he had was, yes, he had the dragons. It's not even 6 dragon yet. Well, it doesn't really change much. So I'm going to readjust my position a little bit, and it's the same fight, but it really depends who the KEZ focus on first. Last time he went to Crystal Maiden. This time I'm really hoping he'd go for the units in the front, but he's counting the units at the back. He also picked the 2-star techies, and we don't do well against physical damage. We're getting defensive on magical damage, but physical, we're not great. Look at this Earthshaker stunning non-stop. And now my unit pathing is fully ruined. The good thing is the illusion from KEZ can tank some damage. They can do very hefty damage, and they're very strong. Look at that. Illusion killed them. So this is why Mentor Style is a preferable item on many carries that is 3-star. Round 40, nothing too special. We're prioritizing our itemization, so I cleared the item slots first. Let's fast forward a little bit, not too fast. Luckily, we dropped some items, and that's enough to get me to another purple item. Very good. Itemization. So here is a choice. I decided to pick Wheel of Wonder. Wheel of Wonder is really good for the late game. What I can find is I could find Harpies, I can find Satai, I can find Nagas, I can find something that's good. So this is why I picked the Wheel of Wonder, and the unit to pick with Wheel of Wonder is usually Rubik, because Rubik can give you open synergies. If I pick someone else, it might be harder to find what I wanted. Unfortunately, I couldn't find anything great. But, you know, all those terrible choices, I can pick Stampede, and this may be the ultra late game if I have chance. But I still need my final Naga by going to level 11. Now the build definitely does not need to be this high level. You can go to level 9 and usually you're pretty solid. Clock of Tyrants is the worst item, but it's a bit of resistance. And let's have a look at the fights. Notice I still have tangles. If I happen to lose a lot, I can eat my tangles and reduce the damage taken. But almost round 45 and HP will be halved, so I'm saving my tangles after round 45. This got a 3-star Only Knight. Is that a 3-star or 2-star Only Knight? No matter, KEZ is unstoppable. So the illusions are very powerful, look at that. This is why you pick Mantis style above most items if you're going for 3-star units. Especially like casters like KEZ. I went to the level, yes, I've been counting my levels and I realized, hey, you know what? I can go up a level. So here I am. And this allows me to have 4 Nagas. Let's have a look at the fights after. Now you definitely don't need 4 Nagas if you're facing other builds. I'm recommending going with 4 Stampede against most other builds. But Naga helps against this ultra strong mage with Zeus. So what is happening is the totems are constantly disarming them, silencing them, while cards are multi-stunning, dealing massive damage to a single target that triggers multiple times due to the Harpy synergy. And this makes the cards pretty much unkillable. Summoning Illusions also deals really good damage. This is a 3-star Only Knight for sure. That was strong, but not as strong as the KEZ. So my next goal is to go to level 12 to get the 2 Stampede, and that should seal the deal. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit. Oh, he's got Cypher Vice. The good thing finding the 3-star Elder Titan is that he will tank the Cypher Vice most of the time. And this allows you to have a better chance to get your cards killing things. But if you don't have a 3-star Elder Titan, you might get Hex on your cards, and that is really bad. So this is why you want to link in on KEZ whenever you can, rolling for tier 3 items. And look at that. This is a single KEZ against 5 units. And the Illusions plus himself is doing great work. Of course, he's got a very strong Evoker. Just when I said it's going great work, it's perma hex me and perma stunning me and combo me to death. That's okay. I still have tangles. I still have the next level to go. We already planned like 5 steps ahead of him, hopefully. Fast forward a little bit, adjusting my position. During this time, it's also good if I can find a Zeus, but you know, I couldn't find a Zeus, and Mars is doing nothing for me, just for the God synergy. I'm purposely positioning my cards in the front so the illusions are summoned at the front and they do damage to the units in the front right away. Having 4 Nagas, I'm pretty confident we can do well. As long as techies don't deal damage to cards, we're very safe. 3-star Only Knight. I don't know why he went for Only Knight, but it looks good. He can't stop stuns. Here we go. Round 45, nothing too special. You do want to consider items you don't want. I'm actually going to reroll the Clock of Tyrant, simply because 30% magic resist, that's it. It wasn't giving me anything else, so I'm actually rolling this cloak. Look at those stuns. Perma stun. And looks pretty good, right? So purple item, and here I actually go for mobility with Guardian Greaves, a bit of bonus health, and also removes disables, which is not bad. And this also means I can try to reroll for a legendary item. There is a lot of good legendaries. You can go with Hex, you can go with Majonia, and of course you can go Satanic. Satanic is great because KEZ just needed a bit of life. He's already unkillable in most fights. And this means that if he happened to be hexed, his 1 vs 10, he can still do it. And you can auto change your positioning just to mess up their planning. Now we're into the ultra late game. Everyone's HP is halved. This really gets to show you what to do in a late game with KEZ. That Queen of Pain is quite scary. Usually it looks pretty bad until KEZ goes to work, and then he's just one-man army killing everything. Looking back over here, yes, the illusions are really good. Look at this illusion. This is why I picked the illusions in the late game. They just overswarm the board, casting spells, dealing tons of damage, and also tank up for you. Oh, look what's happening. I have been biding my time to add the final center unit to stampede onto enemies, and I need a bit of time. So what's happening is the other player is actually using another stealth relic. That means when he loses a round, next round I just fight him, he doesn't fight me. This is a very powerful relic, especially when it's 50-50, he gets multiple chances of defeating me. But thankfully we have 4 Nagas. So I'm gonna skip forward a little bit. It didn't defeat me, of course. So over here, what I've been doing is I have been counting my gold. I need how much? So you go experience by round of 4. So right now we have pretty much 8 experience. So 64. So I'm hovering my mouse on my level. 64 minus 8 is 56. I need 56 gold exactly to go up a level. Gold will only increase by intervals of 4 experience each time. So I'm counting my gold, and if I sell the Isle, if I sell the Naga Siren, it makes to 56 gold exactly. Well, that's what I'll do. And now we have Stampede with Centaur. So double Centaurs, I like to put them on the corner. So Rubik had the Wheel of Wonder, and now we have double Centaurs. His Invoker got the Aghanim Scepter. Let's see who wins the final fight. Okay, good luck, good luck. Now, even though I said good luck, I can also pop the Tango and gain tons of health. So this wouldn't be the end for me. But if he loses, that'll be the end for him, right? Guardian Graves also give us a lot of health, and this helps the whole team survive. Look at the Skyraft shooting bolts non-stop. Of course, the biggest highlight is KEZ. And of course, we defeated him, and we still had a lot of health to spare. Look at me popping my Tangos back to 13 health. So this is one of the most powerful builds around in the latest patch, with the changes of the Centaurs, with the changes of the Torrents, I mean, and having the 4 gods, and most people don't expect this build until you face it and see how strong it is. It is very powerful if you get your 3 stars. 3-star Stealth Assassin is a massive game changer. He's got dragons, he's got something else, but this build still works. It is one of the strongest builds if you itemize correctly. There are ways of beating it, and one of the ways is actually controlling KEZ with hacks, stuns, doom, or something that he can't recover. So Lincoln Spear is a must-have in the ultra late game. Now, just to show you guys what happens, I do have another replay which will be attached to show you guys how to play the build in a more different sense. Actually, this is not this one, it's this one. So in this video, you can see how to play the build in a more winning streak sense. Notice that you can see what I do each step of the way in the early game as I'm winning. And I'm also playing a KEZ build and also competing with another player. So you got to see multiple ways of how things are happening. And in the final part, I do recommend watching it, because what you're going to see is on one of the final fights, my KEZ is very powerful. He's got Battle Fury, he's got, he's got Mental Style, and he's ready to slay. But without Lincoln, the enemy player has target against me, and he's instantly hexed and silenced. Poor guy, right? And then he's come out of dark mode, and he's like, time to slay. Then he's hexed again, because the enemy have gods. So he's penta-hexed, and then he goes into fight, and he's dead. So this is how I lost with the KEZ build, because of perma control on my strongest unit. So this also shows you how I played. Even though I lost, I came top 3, and you got to see the way that was played on alternative method in playing the win streak. Win streak is rather easy to follow, because if you're winning, everything is very smooth. So I won't talk too much onto this. I'll have this also attached on the second part of the video for you guys to have a look. Loving this build so far, and I'll be looking for more creative builds and also going back to some traditional builds so you guys know everything about this game, and stay tuned for the latest updates.
just end up smarting.
There's a price on all their heads.
No grave for you. Guess we better.
Yep.
Shadow Demon. Spirit Breaker.
There's a price on all their heads. Thanks.
For the
KEZ Rampage.
On shields front!
The early bird catches the wind. When you put ice is nice.
The dusk is always ready for a fight.
There are none who cannot be mimicked.
One way follows another. Monster kill! Eyes up and shoot! Trees.
Enchanted. Enchanted, I'm sure. Oh, just.
More power to me. God of War! Thanks. Thanks.
Appreciate it.
Enchanted, I'm sure.
To the KEZ
Trees are not.
There are none who cannot be mimicked.
Appreciate it. Sneaky, aren't I? appreciate it. For the Kazurai.
Enchanted, I'm sure. Enchanted, I'm sure. Oh, just sharpen.
To the KEZ
More power to me. Monster kill! Spirit Breaker.
Do I look taller? Huh?
Eyes up! You summon the demon witch. Elder Titan. Trees are not so good with motion, you know. Monster kill!
Enchanted.
There are none who cannot be mimicked.
Ready for the KEZ.
Feel the earth shake. You
Kazurai.
Trees are not so good with emotion. Or cowardly.
Mereska has arrived.
Out of sight. Appreciate it.
This one's on me. summon the demon witch.
No Slytherin may fail.
From the deeps, I rise.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Eyes up and shields front!
be mimicked.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Siren rises from the deeps.
The enemy prepares when they see the face of battle.
Axe or fists, it changes nothing.
The Dusk is always ready for a fight.
Dr. Clinker.
My spirit returns to flesh.
Eyes up and shields front! Spirit Breaker. Axe grows. Eyes up and shields front!
Enchanted, I'm sure. Enchanted, I'm sure.
Knight in blackest armor.
I'm the brains.
And I'm the brawn.
Juggernaut stands ready.
The dusk is always ready for a fight.
King of the desert. Monster kill!
This one's on me.
At your service.
Kazurai.
Feel the earth shake.
Sneaky, aren't I?
There are none who cannot be mimicked.
For the Kazurai. Do I look taller? Huh?
God of War! More power to me. Eyes up and
Enchanted, I'm sure.
There are none who cannot be mimicked.
Out of sight.
For the Kazurai.
feel the earth shake. Trees are not.
There are none who cannot be mimicked.
Out of sight.
Appreciate it.
More power to sight. Spirit breaker.
There are none who cannot be mimicked.
For the KEZ Rampage.
Spirit breaker.
Out of sight.
Elder Titan.
For the KEZ Rampage.
You summon the demon witch.
Feel the earth shake. Elder Titan.
Sneaky, huh?
200 taller? Appreciate it.
Sangka dan sangka telah datang.
Appreciate it.
breaker.
Give me